Hi everyone, it's Genene with a yoga video specifically designed for florists. So all the florists out there, what is the most challenging part of your job? Is it the lugging flowers all over the place, or buckets of water, or sitting at a table with your arms out in front of you for hours on end as you produce those creative and beautiful floral arrangements? Or is it difficult customers? All of these can create a lot of tightness in the chest and in the back. So here are 5 yoga poses that you can do while you're at work, which is why I have a table behind me. Let's get started. Staring straight ahead. Feet are underneath the bones of your hips. And if you like, you can join your legs together or keep them hip bone width apart, which is what I'm going to do. Another option is to grab a bucket of water in each hand, or you could imagine that you have a bucket of water in each hand, and that's going to help so that you don't start to try to raise your shoulders up as you're doing this sequence. Utkatasana number 1 is arms by your side because you have buckets of water. And you're going to imagine that you're keeping your knees over your ankles to start and bring your hips back. So now you're going to feel your glutes engaged. Now if you want to bring this more forward into the body, into the quads, and you're going to feel your back muscles working either way, but you can bring the knees forward of the ankles. Either way, feel the low back muscles pulling up and in here. Feel the belly pulling in just enough to support that action, and then drive through the legs to come up to standing. You're going to do that, so I'll show you. 1 means that you're going to inhale and bend the knees, reach those hips back, lift your chest, and that was an inhale. As you exhale, you come up to standing. That was 1. You're going to do that 10 times. Number 2, you can stay right where you're at because all we're doing differently is you're bringing your arms in the back plane. That plane that you haven't been in for a while because you've had your arms out in front of you. And if you have the flexibility, clasp your hands. Then, from here, bend at your elbows. Swing your elbows in towards each other and keep them pulling in as you straighten the arms. And that would be 1. 2 would be bending at the elbows and straightening. And you're going to do that 10 times. The next one you could do with your hands clasped or your hands apart. So hands apart for number 2, by the way, was just you keep the elbows back, you bend at the elbows, and then you straighten, bend, and straighten. Just depends on your flexibility. The next one, again, is hands clasped or not. So if you can't clasp your hands, you're going to keep them apart, and you're going to inhale and lift your arms behind you as high as you can, and then back down by your sides. If you have your hands clasped, you're going to straighten the arms, swing those elbows in towards each other, lift your chest, and then lift your arms up and lift your arms back. And then it depends on your flexibility, whether your palms are together or apart here. Either way, once again, you're going to do all of those 10 times. Number 4, a back extension to spread open that chest and get more spaciousness here, and also to strengthen the muscles in your back. Turn with your back to your table. You can use the long side of the table or the short side, doesn't matter, because you're bringing your arms behind you into the back plane once more. This is the position that if you've been arranging flowers for a long time, your arms are not used to being back here. And then you're going to find your hands on the table. So you might find that if you're super tight and you get far forward, you can't find the table and you'll have to get closer. You'll also notice that it depends on how high your table is, how this works for you. If your table is a little low like mine is, you're going to put a bend in your knees so that you can bring your hands to said table, like so. Push down through your hands, spread your chest. Feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades come together, lifting your chest, and then inhale, extend your spine, maybe gaze upward a little bit. Exhale, come back to neutral spine. And then you're going to do that 10 times. Number 5 is all about giving your wrists a nice little stretch for all the work that they've been doing throughout the day, giving them a little TLC. Start by joining your hands together. Connect your thumbs at your chest, and then bring your elbows to your work table. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you're going to lower your hands, your palms, down. All the way, hopefully, to the work table or whatever feels like a good stretch. Spreading your fingers, really pressing into the knuckles of your fingers. And inhale here. And then you're going to hold for a count of 8. Now it's your choice how fast or slow you do that count. Eventually you keep lengthening that and then slowly exhaling to the count of 8. And then you release, do a little wrist roll, one direction, wrist roll, another direction, and you're going to do that for a total of 3 times. You're going to do those 5 yoga poses 3 times throughout your day, and you can divide it up however you want. Maybe you want to do 2 at a time or 1 at a time. So a total of 15 throughout the day. And I can't wait to hear, how does this affect you during the day, and which pose did you find the most beneficial? And join us next time when our Yoga at Work series takes us to 5 yoga poses for a librarian. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.